I like Kickstarter a lot. I might have a problem. A bunch of rewards came today, and I want to talk about them. Also, I want to show you a little thing that I did to get some ink on a page. And so, let's do some intro music and then talk about some stuff. So here is some different experiments I was doing. Now, you might be saying, but Cory, why didn't you just buy some kind of Photoshop brush or something? Well, because I have ink and I have paper and I want it to be a lot more organic, natural. And so I've got some brushes. I also have some syringes that I got to refill some of my ink cartridges so that I don't have to continue to buy ink cartridges. And so I was testing out those. I tried to mix like marker and splatter. This is just like the little dropper from one of the ink bottles. Anyway, the whole idea is that I have this page in the children's book that I'm looking at called The Tongue Cut Sparrow, where one of the characters cuts out the tongue of a sparrow. And so I'm trying to make it so that it lands and it's visceral, but also so that it's not like super gory. That one, I actually just covered an almond in ink and dropped it to see if I could like mimic what would happen. But anyway, so that's like some interesting stuff. So on this page, I was experimenting a little bit. On this page, I am going to have just the tongue of the sparrow. And then I'll come back and do the kind of splatter and whatnot on top of that. And so there's some experimentation for you. I will tell you this though, I don't have the syringes with me right now, but the little syringe with a tiny little hole, and you point it different directions. If it goes straight down, you get like nice like spray splatter. If you go at an angle, let me tell you a little secret. You should tip your paper up a little bit on something. Otherwise, you get it all over the floor. Not that happened. Yeah, I was able to clean it all up. Anyway, Kickstarter rewards. I have backed almost 100 Kickstarter projects over the years, and I thought I would talk about Kickstarter for a little bit because in like 1 week, I just got 2 different rewards. One of the cool things about Kickstarter that some people might actually think is not cool about Kickstarter is that you wait a really long time to get your stuff. And some people are like, why would that be cool? Well, the thing is, I just got a lot of things all in the same go, but I backed them at different times because it's not like I have thousands of dollars sitting around at any given time to like, but every once in a while you get a little bit of money, right? Every once in a while you've got some cash lying around. And so what I did is I backed some stuff, wait a few months, save up some money, back some other things. But sometimes they all show up at once, which is fun. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. This is the V100s. I did the 100 Days of Animation based on Kevin Cross's 100 Days of Making Comics. And part of that group, they get together and they did an anthology. And it's pretty cool. So you've got it opens with kind of a 2-page spread of Kevin Cross talking about his stuff. Did it for the love. I'm going to switch to this. So you can kind of see there's like a big dealio, monkey mind, and there, monkey mod, I mean. And then you've got lots of other people in here, and they've got little bios of them. It's a sweet book. It's really nice. Black and white, which is a favorite of mine. It's pretty well. Anyway, I'm sure that somebody has this for sale. Just, if I find out, I'll put it in the description. Then I also got this. Dun, dun, dun. This is not an original page, but it is huge, and it's pretty cool. Stop reflecting. It's pretty cool in the detail. I wish I could show you guys the detail better, But this is a Hellboy page drawn by Gary Gianni. And he has a style where he just does tiny little lines. It is an incredible amount of line work. And similar to Sergio Tappi in the number of lines, different in that Sergio Tappi tends to have a little bit more random and a little bit more patterned line work, whereas Gianni here tends to do modeling, and so the direction that the things are going and everything. The thing that I found amazing is because one of the reasons that I got this higher tier was because I wanted his art, and I looked it up, and there's no way I could ever afford original page because the dude is amazing and well known, and so that's not going to happen. But the cool thing is that this is a photograph of an original page at the size that he drew it. And I am shocked at how big this is. That guy draws huge. This thing is, just to show you, 11 by 17 would be like, this is huge. Giant. So I got that page, which is awesome. Put that over there. Don't fall. There we go. Okay, so that came. And then this came as well. And this must have been a what do you call it? Stretch goal or something? Because it's the Call of the Chitlu, Lovecraft, Call of the Chitlu, right? But the cool thing is that it is illustrated by Gianni in a bunch of pencil drawings. And so, like, these are, and it's not just like a couple illustrations. It's like all throughout. So this is just incredible work. The guy is just amazing. And so anyway, I'm excited about that. The main thing that this particular one was about is Hellboy Into the Silent Sea. Hellboy Into the Silent Sea right side up. Sideways. Perpendicular. And he did a painting for the thing. The original hardcover book for this, somewhere on my shelf. Anyway, incredible work. I read it and was immediately blown away, absolutely blown away by the line work and the quality of the art. It was amazing. And so, anyway, so I thought, I really want a page. And then I looked it up. I couldn't get a page because it was way too expensive. And so then I saw this Kickstarter where you can get this. So this is a giant slipcase, which is really nice. I'm a fan of slipcases. It's got a cool embossed thing from the artwork of the page, from the artwork of the original book. And then the cool thing about this, I need like a second camera so that I don't have to like turn awkwardly. I feel like I'm reading in a library or something to a group of people. But what they've done, and this is one of my favorite things, just check that out. So awesome. So good. But what they've done here is I'll show you an example where they have the thumbnails over here, and then they've got the sketches, okay, and then you've got like the finished page. And so you can see, and I thought this would just be some, a few of these pages. They have done it. They've done it on almost every page. And so it's a fairly short story. It's kind of a one-shot. But it's amazing. And so you can kind of see how they did all of this. And some of these, I think, is really cool. He actually shows the photo reference. You can see the photo reference right there. And so he shows like where he's getting his information. He has his friends kind of act out the different characters. They're kind of pulling on his coat there, and then you can kind of see in the shot right here that the wind is blowing on the coat. And so if you want to get better at art, which I do want to get better at art, I would highly recommend, there's my page. I would highly recommend looking at the process of other artists. And YouTube is great for that because you can watch people do that. But also, getting stuff like this You don't have to back it on Kickstarter, but getting like the art of books and anything that will show you kind of process is a great way to kind of realize several things. One thing is that we often get into this thing where we think that we're cheating when we use photo reference or whatever. But I'm sorry, if Gary Gianni uses photo reference, then I think you're fine. But like here's some reference down here. I think that's a movie still. And he doesn't draw it directly like that, but he uses that as kind of an idea. The Yankee Clipper from 1927. And the Silent Sea. Anyway, so he goes through and there's lots of different things like this. Pretty awesome. Pretty dang awesome. And so I am very excited about that. I'm going to put it back in the thing. And then this is going to make it seem like I've got tons of things happening. But a buddy of mine on Twitter, his dog needed surgery, and so he was doing. Oh, I forgot this. Let me show you this. So this is actually an original drawing. You can't really tell. It's like reflecting weird. But this is an original sketch from Gary Gianni. So I did get an original. It's just on a page. Looks great too. Looks like he's using a micron. But it's pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. And then there's some prints as well that came with it. One of the things that's really cool about Kickstarter is when something starts to fund really, really well, then you can get extra stuff without paying any extra money because you are they'll hit stretch goals and stuff, and so you just kind of help promote it and help spread the word a little bit. And the more money that the project raises, the more funding, the cheaper things are for the artists, and the more able you are to be able to do more stuff for the people that are backing you. So anyway, I started getting into Kickstarter right as it came out years ago. So don't think that I do this all the time. This is just a couple times a year, really. And I started getting into it a long time ago as a way of, I was thinking that I was going to do my comic, and I will probably do a Kickstarter at some point in time, but I became fascinated with studying about it and learning about it and stuff like this. Anyway, that's that. And then this actually came a couple months ago, but I haven't showed you guys yet. This is from Rumble. Original commission drawing there. And so that's kind of cool. And anyway, this is a dude on Twitter, a friend of mine that I kind of haven't met in person, but we both collect art, and his dog was in trouble and needed some surgery, so he was selling a lot of pages, and so I bought a couple to kind of help him out. And here's the other one. This one is incredible. I'm just going to do this real fast. This is just amazing detail, amazing work. And so, very, very cool. What I really like about this one is lots of white that is kind of splattered. And so, it's like mostly black here, but then you have like lots of white splatter and everything. And that'll come through in the artwork in the page, but you don't get to see necessarily how this works. And if you can see this in person, you can see like the blue line, you can see the white where they've kind of gone in and whited stuff out and then drawn over the top of it. And it is very reassuring to see that people do make mistakes. So anyway, so that was a little while ago, but I thought I'd show you guys that. Things are good. My story is going well, and yeah, I will update you guys on that later, but I've got a really big page that I'm working on that is big double page spread where I've drawn the character dancing and a bunch of different things, and it's pretty crazy. One of the more ambitious pages that I've attempted. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you some Kickstarter stuff, and if you made some of these Kickstarter things, you are awesome. Congratulations on a successful Kickstarter and finishing a mini comic and getting it into an anthology and stuff like that. So anyways, thanks for cool stuff, everybody, and I will catch you guys later.
I forgot to mention, if you want to see my stuff, you should check my stuff out, because my stuff is fun too. You can see some of it on the page. And all that's at corykerr.com. You can also check me out on Instagram and YouTube, where you are currently. And you can like and subscribe and ring that bell so you get notifications and all that jazz. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Twitter. Come talk to me on Twitter. We'll hang out a little bit. I'm going to start doing some live streaming stuff. So anyway, now I'm really leaving. Bye.